and welcome back to another Garage Talk with my daddy, RONIN 47R.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another Garage Talk with RONIN 47R. You have heard it from my daughter, and what a great intro that was. So let's go ahead and get down to business. We're taking a look here, a really quick look at the World of Tanks console thing, so I can go ahead and make some sense of this. I'm going to share with you the HMH tanks and just get you up to date right quick and throw in my 2 cents here. You know, there's lots of things that are on the website, and to be honest with you, you know, I'm just not going to get into all of them. It's not really like a news update type of deal. You guys know where to go if you want to read up on it. Just throwing in my my 2 cents here, kind of things that you know. I mean, you've seen the Vanquisher Sentinel AC1 has just come out. To be honest with you, I haven't even played it. Not a judgment on the tank itself. Played its big brother. You guys have seen that video. You know, it's cool. It's cool. Whatever. This guy here, I'm holding back my opinion on him, but great price point. Got him for free, so you know you can't go wrong with that. Go ahead and jump back over here. Just kind of pointing that thing out, and then you know it's the well. Let's go ahead and jump on this guy. We do have some new ops, which is always fun. So that's a plus. Wargaming, great job. STA2 bundles. You know, if you like the tank, go for it. Get it. I'm a pretty big fan of the tank myself. It's nice. It's a fun medium. I like the Japanese medium penning feel to it because they really put a nice sting into it. Just not a lot of armor, so just be prepared for that. You know, you do have the on track. You know, with the bat chat. I'm not showing it. Have to hunt that thing down. But in a moment, we will get into the main event here. But just as a, you know, just as a reminder, that bat chat stuff, I was playing with some friends, and I think I maybe did in a few hours. Well, I mean, a few hours. I mean, you know, it was an evening, but I mean, it was probably about 44,000 experience, which is pretty fantastic. And nothing's more fun, assuming you guys get along and in regards to tactics and that sort of thing. Nothing is more fun than playing with your buds, you know, kind of shooting some hoops in the driveway while grinding some experience, metaphorically speaking. So bat chat, take advantage of that, and if you can, make sure you make those purchases with those discounts because that's kind of what my goal is. I do appreciate the experience, but you know, the big whopper is getting that discount when you go to purchase the tank. So let's go ahead and get to the main event here, which you've really been waiting for, and it is located, well, you know, we usually have those things scrolling across the top, so it looks like I have to go and hunt down over here and grab this guy here, which is Enter the Heavy Metal Heroes. Notice, I'm not kidding, because it took me a minute to kind of grasp it. It says Heavy Metal Heroes, right? It's HMH. Oh, but look, the names of the tanks are HMH. So what kind of, you know, struck me with that was, you know, first of all, duh. But second of all, you know what? That's not like a real designation. They are calling those tanks the HMHs, but just be advised, it's not like it's a real, you know, I'm going to look up an HMH tank from history. It's just not going to happen, though, just kind of throwing it out there. You do have the ISU 130, the M51 Super Sherman, and the FV 305. Have not purchased these. Been scraping together, making ends meet, that sort of thing, and so eventually soon I will have this acquired and brought to you guys, just being delayed here, so I apologize for that. But when it does happen, you will be able to, and I'm just scrolling down so you can see what's going on in the background, we are going to go ahead and merge over to a quick look of the non-purchased garage view of the HMHs, so you can kind of get a teaser there and an idea of what is to come. And you know, I mean, if you do the math and you enjoy getting all those things and you are going to actually get all 3 tanks, then yes, get the mega bundle. Good deal there. If you're just going to go on the cart and only get one of the 3 or something along those lines, then obviously it makes more sense to go entree by entree. Personally, I'm pretty excited. I do like the Russian TDs, so I'm pretty excited about that. They've never really let me down. And then, you know, big fan of the Sherman, but also just the historical aspect of that particular Sherman tank. So I'm really excited about that and seeing what they've done with it. And then as far as Artie's concerned, big Artie fan? No. I enjoy it. But what's exciting to me is that it is at a tier level, which is a premium, or it's a premium at a tier level. That's pretty darn exciting from that aspect. So looking forward to seeing how this Bert cousin excuse me, is going to be doing with its mix of that particular tier's gun and that sort of thing. But more on that later. So let's go ahead and take a quick jump over to the garage view. All right. So here we are. We are sitting in the garage. We're doing a little staring here at the garage as we migrate our way over to the store. Now, as I said before, do not have the fundage. I mean, I have the gold, but I'm not prepared to go ahead and do that because I just scraped this thing together and I'm pacing out these videos here. But yeah, I was just making things, whether it's overtime and borrowing, all that kind of fun stuff. Let's recycle some cans. To finally get this thing to you guys, this is just a teaser. Then I got to go ahead and purchase the tanks. And then I got to go ahead and start analyzing those things and getting out those good quality videos to you. Because I can provide the content, I just can't guarantee the technological aspect of it, which also brings up an appreciation and thank you for those of you who are assisting with the grind. We're still under $400 for the towards the total goal, so we have a long way to go. And I apologize for the when you see me doing the screen capture, which was the first segment of this video, looking at the PC, looking at the website, you're doing a screen capture. You can hear the audio kind of clipping, and again, that's because of the lack of the ability of the computer to keep up with the demands of the recording. So here you are with the Heavy Metal Heroes Mega, and what I'm doing here is for history here. I like to do that is record. What it is that they're advertising and saying there on the side as it scrolls up. And basically you're looking at 3 tanks. The HMH is the designation for Heavy Metal Heroes. It does not have a historical reference. It is simply a wargaming marketing, customizable name that they've given these tanks. And now when you go ahead, and now they've set it up such that when you have a bundle, you can go ahead and still look at it in the garage and analyze it, which is fantastic. So good job Wargaming on that one. Pressing the Y button, bringing this thing up here. You can go ahead and see it in its colors and whatnot. I love that base green for the British. That is a fantastic color. And then you can go ahead and see there's some cute little markings there. You got the flag on top of the commander's hatch and that sort of thing. And then moving over, you can recognize this thing. It does look almost completely identical to the Burt, which of course is a tier 6 artillery for the British line. This is a tier 8 artillery. So how are these things similar and different? Not going deeply into it, but as you can see, I'm slowly scrolling across each module, so you can go ahead and get an idea. As usual, go ahead and pause, screen capture, do whatever you need to do, rewind, replay, to go ahead and grab this information. But in short, it's going to be very interesting. I have no opinion about this thing yet, other than it's similar to a Burt. But what does that really mean? How is this thing going to really behave once the rubber meets the road, or in this case, the treads meet the terrain? Don't know. This gun may be very challenging if it is a tier 8 tank battling, everybody and its brother that it sees. I don't know. Time will tell, and we'll go ahead and cross that line when I bring out that video to you. Now, this one here, I'm extremely excited about because I love Russian TDs. I mean, I love TDs anyway. Russian TDs, man, getting smacked by a Russian shell just sucks to be on the back end of that. Been really happy with the premiums they've come out with for the Russian TDs. They have never let me down. You have the ISU, the ends in the 44. You've got the 122S. Now they're coming out with the, this tank here with a different gun. It's a 130. I don't know. Are they going to jump the shark on this thing? Time will tell. It didn't make it to real life, which may or may not mean that it will come across in the game. But if you just go by numbers, a 130 is a heck of a lot bigger than 122. But maybe it's past the curve where now bigger doesn't always mean better. We're going to have to wait and see how that aim time, the reload time, dispersion rate, who knows, pen, damage. How is RNG going to treat this tank? I do not know. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and suggest you just play it like you normally do with your Russian TDs, and I think you're going to be good to go. I don't think anything is going to jump out at us that is too different. But again, a tier 8, good times. Looking forward to that. We do have that tier 7. Heck, we have a couple tier 7s. Now we finally have a tier 8 to play with here. But hopefully it's built well enough to battle any monster that it goes up against. Again, you can see here with the armor here. I'm not going to call it the armor inspector, but the armor view. It's nothing jumps out. It's very similar. For all intents and purposes, it's not groundbreaking. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the mutant as an example. To me, that is groundbreaking. Whether you love it or leave it, like it, hate it, whatever, it is completely different. And so it really needs to be looked at. This guy here, it's a Russian TD. So nothing too crazy. Now we do have one more tank to take a look at, and that is the M51. I can't say for playability. Again, haven't touched any of these guys, but as far as playability, this one here, has me most intrigued. I love the fact that this thing here is historically significant, at least in my heart. Where how cool is that? The Shermans, they have been used for so many things throughout the world over time. It's kind of like a, I don't know, Honda Civic or something, as the countries like the United States and whatnot have moved forward with their ability to produce and have the economic might to move forward with their things. They went ahead and our allies have over time received our, not to be a jerk, but I mean, they received our second best, our garage sale stuff. And it's interesting to see what they do with that sort of thing. China has done that with Russian materials. Other countries have done it with our stuff, whether we sell them stuff that's new, but it's been, redone such that we're not giving them, tier 1 items and components in the vehicles, in the tanks, planes, whatever it happens to be, but we're talking about tanks now. But it's just really interesting to know that this particular tank really had some historical significance, and it has that French gun that they're claiming to have in here with the 105. Looking to see how that's going to go ahead and perform, but also too just thinking about how this was the an Israeli used tank. Pretty exciting to me because I knowing some history with Israel and being that island in the middle of the Middle East. It's just kind of interesting to think about what they have acquired as they gone through to the present over time, utilizing British tanks, American tanks, and whatnot to fortify themselves. And as far as I'm concerned, and it's not a bias thing. I mean, just looking at the numbers, looking at the vehicles themselves, taking politics out of it, pretty much Israeli equipment, whatever they use, is pretty darn good to go. And if that translates over to the game, I'm pretty excited to take this tank out and just see what it can do. Again, being that it's a tier 8 fighting some pretty big bad monsters, I don't anticipate this thing having armor as part of the equation. But, the gun might be fun. It might be a fun flanker. It might be a fun TD type of medium tank. So, folks, there you go. You've seen the HMH Heroes. That was just a sneak peek. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you got it, that sort of thing. I got to get busy, guys. I got to get this stuff purchased. I got to make sure I have time to get those ops knocked out. And, of course, I got to get those videos worked up, wrapped up, processed, and sent out to you. So thank you much for hanging out with me, guys, and I'll catch you later. Girls, you said you had something you wanted to ask them?
Do you guys like our channel? Then please donate and keep our channel running.
Well, that was a nice thought, girls, but you know what comes next.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are one of the 47 Ronin. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.